as a whole.
Well, joining me now in the studio is the Middle East expert and journalist Nabila Ramdani, who has a special interest in Libya and has also interviewed Colonel Gaddafi. Now, when you met Colonel Gaddafi, obviously you would have got an incredibly strong impression of the sort of man that he was. What will his mindset be right now? Because even yesterday he was still addressing people through the media, wasn't he? He clearly does not want to give up.
Well, absolutely. I think he's being his typical self, and ultimately he will come to be defined as the hard man who fears no one, not least of all the West, which is, of course, backing up the rebellion in Libya. And he is someone who is determined to cling to his heartland. His snipers and indeed loyalists are still fighting fiercely for him in Tripoli, but he's also said to be consolidating his forces along several borders, including the border of Algeria, the Chad, Niger, and around his home city of Sirte. So this is certainly not someone who is giving up.
And until he is captured, until he is stopped, can there ever be peace and end to the fighting in Libya?
I think this will depend on two things, really. I think his capture will certainly help bring a closure to what has been a very bloody drama over the last 6 months, but also bring a closure to his 42-year rule, despotic rule, of course. But a fair trial will also help do that, as opposed to calls for revenge and for killing him.
There is a mixed message, isn't there, coming from the National Transitional Council, because on the one hand they're saying to their followers, do not carry out violence against Gaddafi loyalists, but on the other hand, as you said, they have put a price on his head. So it gives an indication of the sort of problems, I suppose, that lie ahead, doesn't it? Well,
absolutely. I think it doesn't bode well for the democratic future of Libya when you have the National Transitional Council effectively encouraging or guaranteeing amnesty for Gaddafi's for the member of Gaddafi's inner circle to kill him. I think if certainly, surely, if a democratic organisation like the NTC should be pursuing, true due process and the rule of law as opposed to revenge.
All right, Nabila Ramdani for the moment. Thank you very much indeed. Let's get the latest now.